ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। नत्वा श्रीभारती तीर्थ
नत्वा श्रीभारती तीर्थ
विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरौ
विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरो
अधीमहे पञ्चदशीम्
अधीमहे पंचदशी
कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
श्लोक नंबर 19। इदं सर्वं पुरा सृष्टेः
इदं सर्वं पुरा सृष्टेः
एकमेवाद्वितीयकम्
एकमेवाद्वितीयकम्
सदेवासीन्नामरूपे
सदेवासीन्नामरूपे
नास्तामित्यावृणेर्वचः
नास्तामित्यारुणेर्वचः।
This chapter analyzes the vacuum. Sadeva soumya idamagga asit ekameva dvitiyam analyzing the Vakyam to understand and separate idam from the Vastu. Vastu meaning Brahma. Since Brahma is achintyaha, not available for objectification as idam Vastu. Therefore, what is idam if we understand? So that which is not idam Vishaya, that which is not idam Vishaya, that which cannot be objectified as this. So that which is the adhara of this, idam referring to this Jagat. Because it is, Jagat is pratyaksham, it is available for our sense organs, objectifiable. So therefore, that which is the adhara for idam, and that is self-evident, therefore it is not available for any of the pramanam. Any of the pramanam available. Any of the pramanam available for one, available to human beings. The pramanam which are available with himself, with the person. Shastram is a pramanam which is outside the person. It is external. It means the Shastram as a pramanam is with the Acharya, is with the tradition. So therefore, with whatever pramanam available at one's disposition, with all those pramanam, this Achintya Brahma cannot be known. Since Shastra reveals that Brahma and presents that is the adhara of this Jagat, without which this Jagat cannot exist. Therefore, to know Brahma, the idam has to be, what is idam has to be understood, and it has to be separated out. It has to be removed by that prakriya, that prakaranam is called Viveka, Mahabhuta Viveka Prakaranam. By Viveka, we distinctly understand what is idam. But we are not interested in understanding what is idam, because idam is available. It is pratyaksha vishaya, pratyakshadi pramana vishaya, adu shastra vishaya. So not for knowing the idam, the objective is knowing knowing the adhara of the idam. That is why idam discussed. Idam up to the sukshma, idam is discussed. Therefore, idam sarvam up to the sukshma sharira, the components of the sukshma sharira, starting from the grossest of this jagat up to the individual's sukshma component, sukshma sharira. Idam sarvam, everything is idam. Srishtehe prak, srishtehe prak, idam sarvam, pura is before, srishtehe prak. It was ekameva dvitiyam. Srishtehe utpattehe pura prak. All these were what? Were not in this Namarupa. Namarupe na asta. Then what was there before? Ekam eva Ekam eva advitiyakam sat eva asit. All these were in the Sat Rupam before the Srishti. And the Sat is Ekam eva advitiyam Sat. Then what about this idam then? If it was not that before, it means it was an unmanifest form. So what is idam was in unmanifest form before the Srishti. Now it is in manifest form. Avyaktadi bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata. So unmanifest form, manifest form, unmanifest, manifest. Manifest is what we call as creation. So nama rupa not there before the Srishti. So idam is nama rupa. So idam, that which is objectifiable, and that is in the form of nama rupa. That which is nama rupa only objectifiable. Nama rupa. Rupa is objectifiable. Rupa mean not literally meaning form. Rupa could be Akasha. Akasha doesn't have form, but still it is known. It is objectifiable only, Akasha. Not through the eyes, but it is objectifiable. It is also a created. So therefore, Nama Rupa. Now this Nama Rupa Atmakam Jagat was in the form of, was in the, before the Srishti, it was in the form of Satrupam. Srishti Pura. After Srishti, Namarupa manifest. The Sat manifest in the form of Namarupa. Therefore, the Idam is, that's why Idam is Mithya. Idam Jagat is Mithya. Then what is Sat? How many Sats were there? One or many? One or two or many? And Sat, is it a composite thing? Is it an assemblage? Sat, is it an assemblage? How many Sats were there? Were there differences in the Sats? So that question comes. So that is negated by Ekam Eva Advitiyakam. That is what is perceived, what is experienced, what is our Anubhava, that Anubhava with regard to the Vastu, the objects, that is negated with regard to Sat. That is every object is limited by three differences. That is our Anubhava, our experience. The limitation which is brought about by the which is brought about in terms of desha kala vastu. Desha kala vastu. Desha, space, time, kala, and vastu, objects. There are so many objects. The limitations of an object. Any object in the world is brought about in three ways. Deshataha, kalataha, vastutaha. Vastu meaning object. That is our experience, that is our anubhava. Whether this same thing is applicable for Sat. If it is applicable, then the Sat is an assemblage. There must be many such. There must be differences among the Sats. But Ekam Eva Advitiyakam removes the notion of differences. All the differences are negated. Ekam eva advitiyakam. Then what are the differences? What are the types of differences? The question comes. That is what the author explains in the next shloka. The differences alone account for these variegated objects of the Jagat. The differences among the objects alone account for the variegated forms and names of the objects of the world. What are the differences? Three types of differences. Swagata Veda, that is the difference which limits the object, the first Veda, Swagata Veda. The differences within itself, within the object. It means the object has parts. Avayava, it is put together. Because it is put together, therefore, only subject to changes, subject to modifications, undergoes all forms of modifications. Because it is put together, therefore it can be dismantled, it can be separated. Because it is an assemblage. That is the logic. That which is put together can be separated. Parts can be replaced. So therefore, there are differences within the object. That is one differences which is obvious, which is our experience too. With regard to the instruments, the various instruments what we use. When an instrument doesn't function, we don't replace the entire instrument. We don't replace a car. It doesn't function. We replace the part of the car which doesn't function. So therefore, it has got internal differences. That is one difference, obvious difference. Our shariram itself, our anubhava, our shariram itself, there are differences. Different parts are there, therefore differences. Different parts constitute for the differences with regard to one's shariram itself, individual shariram, body itself. That is Svakata Veda. Therefore, Sa Vayava. Avayava is there. Then Sajatiya Veda, second difference. Sajatiya Veda is that Veda, the differences that exist among the objects of same category. Same category. The differences within itself, the differences that exist within the object that accounts for the limitation in terms of time, kala, the differences that exist among the objects of the same category accounts for the differences in terms of space. Sajatiya Veda. There are objects belonging to the same category. One object is limited by the other object. So limitation. Two objects cannot be present in the same place, same time. The presence of an object we know because it is located at a particular time and a particular place. It is limited. Another object is there. That object is limited by this object. Paraspara. Paraspara, there are limitations are there. And there are many. There are many. This is Sajatiya Veda. Objects belonging to the objects or thing or beings, whatever it is. So many people are the human beings. Sajatiya Veda, they all belong to the same category, human species. Similarly, animal species. Similarly, with regard to all the inert vastu. So all belong to the same, but there are differences. Each one is different, not same. So that the differences account for the differences in terms of spatial difference. So time-wise difference, which is brought about because of the differences existing in itself, the spatial difference is brought about because of the differences existing among the objects of the same category. Then the third type of differences, Vijatiya Veda, there are different objects, entirely different category. Human beings are there, animals are there. trees are there, river is there, mountain is there. So many different things are there. They are not same. In fact, they are completely different, belong to the different category. It's, it is completely different category itself. Therefore, they cannot be same. Therefore, here the limitation is brought about because of the difference in the object itself, nature of the object itself. One vastu is not the other vastu. Car is not the shariram. Shariram is not the tree. So differences are there. This difference accounts for the limitation which is due to space, due to due to the desha kala vastu paricheda differences. Two parts are there. One part limits the other. That is spatial. Pot is there and cloth is there. This is Vijatiya Veda. This is Vijatiya Veda. So therefore, we have paricheda limitations in terms of kala, desha, and vastu. Desha, kala, vastu, parichinnaha. Everything in the world is subject to these three limitations. Desha, kala, vastu, parichinnaha. The differences alone is the basis for a basis for our perception of duality. These differences, duality and multiplicity. In Swagata Veda, Kala Veda, Kala Paricheda is there. In Swagata Veda. In Sajatiya Veda, Desha Paricheda is there. In Vijatiya Veda, Vastu Paricheda. So, Desha Kala Vastu Parichina. But what about Sat? It is not subject to any type of Paricheda, limitations. If it is subject to limitation, then it is not Atma. Vastu, here Vastu meaning Atma. The word Vastu, you have to know the difference in which context we use. Vastu can mean any object or thing. And Vastu mean Atma also. So Sat Vastu. Sat Vastu means Brahma. Gata Vastu. Gata is a pot. That is also a Vastu. An object there. The meaning of Gata Vastu, when we say Gata is an object. And Sad Vastu is Sad, which is Vastu. That alone exists. Does it have these three differences? Swagata Veda, Sajatiya Veda, Vijatiya Veda. If Sat has these three differences, then that also comes under Idam only. If it comes under Idam, it is available for your experience. It becomes Chintyaha, not Achintyaha. It cannot become the Adhara of the Jagat. It is also Jagat only, but it is not. Because Srishti Pura, before the Srishti, before Jagat comes to existence, what was there, what was there and what is there also now is Sat only, and it is Ekam Eva Advitiyakam. That Ekam Eva Advitiyakam removes the Paricheda, that limitations which is brought about by Desha Kala Vastu. That is Sadvastu, that is Ekam Eva, only one alone, and that is Advitiyam, non-dual. This non-dual Ekam Sat alone existed before the Srishti. And now what exists? Now the same Ekam Eva, that Sadvastu alone. That is in the form of this Jagat. So this Jagat comes and goes, but Sat continues to exist. Sat doesn't undergo any modification. If it undergoes modification, then it must be made of parts, and parts can be separated. Then the Swagata Veda, then there would be Swagata Veda, and that would bring Kala Paricheda. But Sat doesn't have, that is why Ekam Eva Advitiyam, the three words negating the three differences, and therefore Sat Vastu is free from the limitations in terms of Desha Kala Vastu. That is what the author presents in the next shloka. So that the Desha Kala Vastu, the differences, any difference, any object in the Jagat is subject to only these three differences. Deshataha, that is space-wise difference, spatial difference, Kala, time-wise, and Vastu, object-wise. You know an object because that object is different from the other object, and there are different objects of the same category, and this is a particular object. And object you know because it is put together, it is an assemblage. So the differences are there, therefore you know the object. The object is available for your perception, available for your anubhava, for your experience. So therefore, this differences, the differences, Swagata Veda, Sajatiya Veda, and Vijatiya Veda, these differences alone are negated for Sat by the words, the three words, Ekam Eva Advitiyam. And here the author, in the next shloka, he presents the differences, the three differences, for which only we saw the introduction in the last class, and now also. So let us read the next shloka. With the Drishtanta, he presents the three differences. Deshakala Vastu, the author doesn't say, but we understand from that. Brahma not subject to Desha, not subject to Kala, not subject to Vastu. How many Brahmas are there? Only one. Ekam Eva. Brahma. The Brahma alone appears in the form of this Jagat. And Brahma is not an assembly, it's not put together. Therefore, Ekam Eva Advitiyam Brahma Sat. So let us read the next shloka. Vrikshasya Swagato Vedaha
वृक्षस्य स्वगतो भेदः
Patra Pushpa Palhadibihi
पुष्पफलादिभिः
Vrikshantara Sajatiyaha
वृक्षान्तरात् सजातीयः
Vijatiyashiladvitaha
विजातीयशिलादितः
Vrikshasya Swagataha Vedaha Vartate. Vrikshasya, for a vriksha, for a tree, Swagata Veda, the internal differences, Swagata Veda, the differences within itself, within the vriksha. The vriksha, for an instance, vriksha is taken here. Vriksha has got internal differences. Veda exists in a tree. Swasmin, Gataha Vedaha, differences within the object. Vrikshasya Swagataha Vedaha, Patra Pushpa Paladibihi. Even though tree is one, but the tree has manyness, the tree has parts, manyness is a tree. That is, tree is one with the manyness. It has patram, it has parna, leaf. How many leaves are there? Countless. But leaf is not a vriksha. But vriksha has a number of leaves. Pushpam, flowers are there. Pala, fruits are there. Pala dibihi. Adipadat, other parts. Trunk, roots, subroots, all those. So it is, therefore, vriksha is also an assemblage. Swagataha Vedaha Vartate. Then vrikshantarat. Within the tree also there are sajatiya Veda. That is, other trees are the trees of the same nature, same type, same category. Vriksha has got Swakata Veda in terms of Patram, Pushpam, Palam, Shaka, etc. So that they are there. And here the Patra Pushpa Paladinihi, that within that also, within the internal differences itself, you see Patram, Pushpam, Palam, etc. Not one Patram, not one Patram is same as the other Patram. Every Patram, every Parna is unique. Every Pushpa is unique. Even though all are Patrams, all are Pushpam, but they are different. Sajati Veda. Even though every leaf is referred to by the word Patra, Parna, but they are different. Sajati Veda itself is there in the parts of the tree. Pushpam, Pushpani, many are there, but they are not same, of the same Vriksha itself. Therefore, Sajatiya Veda. Sajatiya Veda within the Swakata Veda. Within the tree itself, Pushpa and Palam are different. Jatiya Veda is there. Sajatiya Veda is there. Vijatiya Veda is itself is there. Patram and Pushpam, Palam, they are different. Vijatiya Veda. Sajatiya Veda as well as Vijatiya Veda itself is there in the Vriksha, which is Swakata Veda. It's a beautiful example. That the author doesn't say here, but we can know. Here what the author says, Swakata Veda is there. The tree is an assemblage put together. It has got many parts. Internal differences are there, Patra, Pushpa, etc. But Patra Pushpam itself, they have got Vijatiya and Sajatiya Veda. It means Vriksha itself has got. Now, the next line the author says, Vrikshantara Sajatiya Vedaha. A Vriksha, a tree, is a Sajatiya Veda with reference to another tree. Vrikshasya Vrikshantara, Vedaha, Vijatiya Vedaha. Viruddha Jatiyaha, Bhinna Jatiyaha, Vibhinna Jatiyaha. A tree is there, another tree is there. So, therefore, Sajatiya Vedaha, Vijatiya Vedaha. Vrikshantarat Sajatiyaha, Vijatiyaha Shiladitaha. Vrikshantarat Sajatiyaha, a tree is there. Of the same category, another tree is there. Vrikshantara Sajatiya Vedaha. And Vijatiya Veda Shiladitaha, from the standpoint of stone, etc. The Vriksha is different. Therefore, Vrikshasya Shiladitaha Vedaha Vijatiya Vedaha. Vibhinna Vedaha Viruddha Jatiyaha. It is. Vrikshantara Sajatiyaha. The Vriksha is the Sajatiya Veda with reference to other Vriksha of the Vriksha of the same category. So therefore, Vrikshasya Vrikshantarat Vedaha asti, that is Sajatiya Vedaha. Sajatiya Vedaha is Samana Jati Kritaha Vedaha. Vijatiya Vedaha with the reference to stone, etc. Shiladitaha, stone, etc. Vijatiya Vedaha Vibhinna Jatiyaha. Therefore, tree is a mango tree is a mango tree has got Swagata Veda, it has got Patra, Pushpa, Pala, and there are many mango trees, Sajatiya Vedaha, and there are coconut trees, Vijatiya Vedaha. So among the Vriksha itself, Vriksha, when we say, it has got all the three differences. Parts of the tree and trees of the same category and of different category. So all the differences are there. Different category, and with regard to Shiladitaha Veda, here the author is Shiladitaha Vedaha. Entirely different. Entirely different one. A tree can be a tree is different from the another tree of different category. So then what to talk about Shiladitaha? Shila is completely different. Mango tree is entirely different from a coconut tree. That is Vijatiya Veda. And there are many mango trees, Sajatiya Veda. Therefore, these three types of Veda. Sajatiya, Samana, Jatihi. Sajatiya Padarthaha. The differences that exist between two is called Sajatiya Veda. We saw in the last question. At least two must be there minimum. Two must be there. Two objects, within the same category, at least two must be there. Then only Sajatiya Veda. Vriksha Jati is Ekam. Vriksha Jati is Ekam. But the Vyakti Visheshas are many. That is the condition for the Jati. That is, the one species will have many in number. There cannot be only one to call it as a particular Jati. So the members of the Jati should be many. Then only it is called a Jati. Otherwise, it is not a Jati. Then there is something common which pervades all the members of the Jati. Otherwise, there is no Sajatiya Veda. So Sajatiya, minimum for Sajatiya Veda, two should be there. Therefore, these three Vedas are invariably present in all the objects. Manushya Jati, within Manushya Jati, there are three Purusha, differences are there. For which standpoint we see the difference, that should be clear. So similarly here, Sad Brahma, if it is one, does it have Vijatiya Veda? Sadisa Sajatiya Veda, if it is one. Sad Brahma is one. If it is one, then it doesn't have Sajatiya Veda, it doesn't have Vijatiya Veda, and as it is not put together, it is not assembled. Therefore, Swagata Veda also not there. Therefore, none of the Vedas are present in the Sat Brahma. Therefore, it is not Paricheda with regard to Desha Kala Vastu. The differences do not exist in the Sat Vastu. The Sat Vastu, Sat Brahma, it is Ekam. It is Ekam Eva Advitiyakam. The three differences are not there for Sat. Neither Swagata Veda, nor Sajatiya, nor Vijatiya. Swagata Veda, internal differences not there for Sat. And there are not many such. In fact, another one is not there. Therefore, Sajatiya not there. Vijatiya also not there. Entirely different from Sat. Entirely different from Sat, you may say Jagat is there. Jagat is nothing but the manifestation of this Sat Brahma alone. It is not different. The Jagat is not different. That is why this Jagat is Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. If Jagat is different entirely from Sat, then it accounts for duality. The duality is only Vyavaharika, not Paramarthika. Therefore, Jagat is Mithya. We dismiss Jagat as Mithya. Dismissing means from the Paramarthika standpoint, not from the Vyavaharika. Jagat has got Vyavaharika Satta. But from the Paramarthika way, it is Mithya. So, therefore, Vijatiya Veda also, it is not there. Jagat doesn't exist apart from Brahma. Therefore, Asat, Mithya iti. Therefore, the three differences are not there for Sat Brahma. That alone is indicated by the words Ekam Eva Advitiyakam. Ekam Eva Advitiyakam. The word Eka, one alone, one without the parts. Removes the Swagata Veda. Removes the notion of Swagata Veda. Therefore, it is not subject to time. Eva, that alone exists. There is no second. So that removes the differences due to Sajatiya. Therefore, Vastuta, the deshatah api vedah nasti Brahmani. Then Advitiya Brahma. There is not a second, there is not a second thing to Sat Brahma. Only Brahma alone is there. Therefore, Vijatiya also is negated. Therefore, Deshataha, Vasutaha also, Vastu also. Therefore, Desha Kala Vastu Aparichinnaha, Aparichinnam Sat Brahma. Therefore, what is there is only Sat. Srishtehe Prak Sat, Anantaramapi, Paschadapi Sat Eva. The Sat alone manifests in the form of this Jagat. So, Vrikshasya, therefore, Swagataha, Vedaha, Patra Pushpa Paladibihi, Vrikshantarat, Vrikshasya Vrikshantarat, Sajatiya Vedaha. Vijatiya Vedaha, Shiladitaha, from the standpoint of Shila, etc. Pashana. Shila is stone. Pashana Dibhyaha, Vrikshaha Binnaha. Rasmin Vrikshe Vidyamanaha Vedaha, Swagataha Vedaha, Patra Pushpa Paladibihi. Vrikshaha वृक्षः अन्यवृक्षात् विद्यते अतः विजातीय भेदः शिलादितः शिलादिभ्यः वृक्षः भिन्नः विजातीय भेदः. Therefore, three differences. The author here explains the differences, the Veda. Then how this is applicable to the Sat, that is said in the next shloka. We will read. And here the Tika doesn't say much here. It is clear. Ekam eva advitiyam iti padatrayena. The three padas. The vakya ekam eva advitiyam, the three padas. Sadvastuni swagatadi vedatrayam prasaktam nivaragitum loke swagatadi vedatrayam tavat darshayati. In the loka, in the world, the three differences which are seen, which are perceived, which are our anubhava, these are negated for the sadvastu. As we experience the loka, the objects of this loka, similarly, so too we could project to the sadvastu. Therefore, in order to remove that nivaragitu, the Veda nivarana, the differences, Veda nivaranartham, the swagatadi Vedatrayam, prasaktam nivaragitum, prasaktam is praptam, which is obtainable in the sadvastu, that is negated. That is negated in the next shloka. Let us read next shloka. Tatha sadvastuno veda trayam praptam nivaryate.
तथा
तथा
सद्वस्तुनो
सद्वस्तुनो
वेदत्रयं
वेदत्रयं
प्राप्तं
प्राप्तं
निवार्यते.
निवार्यते.
ऐक्यावधारणद्वैत प्रतिषेधैस्त्रिविक्रमात्.
ऐक्यावधारणद्वैतप्रतिषेधैस्त्रिविक्रमात्.
ऐक्यावधारणद्वैतप्रतिषेधैस्त्रिविक्रमात्.
Tatha is in the same way. Therefore, previous one is Drishtanta. The Trayaha Vedaha Tatha Yata Vedaha Vartante Vastuni Tadvat Jagati Vartate Tatha Sadvastunaha Tatha Vedaha Brahmani Navartate. Iti. So, Tatha, the same way. The same way means it is a Drishtanta. What is given, the differences are there and differences are not there. Therefore, Drishtanta is Vitireka. This is not this Drishtanta is not Anvaya Drishtanta. Drishtanta, those differences which are observed in the Jagat are not there for Sat. So, Tatha evam Sadvastunaha Vedatrayam Praptam Nivaryate. The three words, Aikya, Avadharana, Dvaita Pratisheda. Aikya Avadharana Dvaita Pratisheda. Aikyam, that is Ekam, the word stands for Aikya Vachaka Shabda. Ekam, Ekameva Dvitiyam, Eka, Aikya. That does the Nivaranam of Swagata Beda. Swagata Bedasya Pratishedam Karoti. The word Eka. Avadharana, Aikyam Eva. Eva is Avadharana. Avadharana Takaha Eva Shabdaha. That Shabda does the Nivaranam of the Vijatiya Veda. Vijatiya Veda. Brahmani Vijatiya Vedaha Nastiti. Then Advitiyam Padam Advitiyam. Dvitiya Brahma Nasti. Dvitiyam. Dvitiyam Yasmin Nasti. Therefore, Dvaitasya Pratishedaha. There is only one Brahma, another Brahma, not there. Therefore, Brahma without a second. Brahma of different nature, not there. That is Advitiyam. That's why Advitiyam. So, Ekam does the Nivarana of the differences existing in itself. And Yeva removes the notion of differences, the Sajatiya differences existing among the same category. There is no same category. Only one is there. Therefore, Sajatiya Veda not there. For Sajatiya Veda, we told at least two must be there. There is Ekam only. Then how can that be two? Therefore, Sajatiya Veda is also not there. And it is Advitiyam. It is Advitiyam. There is no two. Therefore, Vijatiya Veda also is swallowed. All the three are Aikya, Avadharana, Dvaita Pratishedaha. The three words does the Aikya, Avadharana, Dvaita Pratishedaha. Pratishedaihi, Tribihi, Kramat. Tribihi is the Trini Padan, by the three words. Ekapadena, Swagata Pratishedaha, Swagata Beda Pratishedaha, Ekapadena, Eva Padena, Eva Miti Padam, Eva Padena, Avadharnartaka Eva Padena, Sachatiya Beda Pratishedaha, Advitiya Padena, Vijatiya Veda Pratishedaha. Kramat, in that order, negates the differences existing, negates the differences in Sat Brahma, not existing. The Brahma doesn't have differences. Therefore, the three types of Vedas are not in Brahma. Shruti negates them, not there in Brahma. There are no Veda in Sat Brahma. By using the three words, the Shruti negates. Tatha, similarly, in the same manner, just we have three types of differences in the objects of the world. Praptam, Prasaktam, Praptam. Therefore, one may think the three differences are there in Brahma, that Vedatrayam, Praptam Vedatrayam, Nivaryate. Sadvastunaha, Vedatrayam, Nivaryate. It is dismissed. How? Aikya Avadharana Dvaita Pratishedaihi Kramat, in that order. That is why the Shastra uses the three words. The three differences are possible and the three differences are not there in Brahma. Therefore, the three words, Ekam, Eva, Advitiyam. Aikya indicates these. The shloka Aikya indicates Eka Shabda of the Shruti Vakyam. Tadeva Somedam Agrasit Ekam Eva Advitiyam, that Ekam. Avadharana indicates Eva Pada of the Shruti Vakyam. And Dvaita Pratisheda in the shloka refers to the Advitiyam of the Shruti Vakyam. So Kramat respectively connected to the Shruti Vakyam. So Tribihi Kramat Nivaryate, it is negated respectively. Aikya Avadharana Dvaita Pratishedaihi Tribihi Kramat Nivaryate. Three possible differences, which are our Anubhava. It is Nivaryate is dismissed with regard to Brahma. Therefore, Brahma being Vastu, whatever which is obtained in the creation. So whatever which is obtained in the creation, that which is obtained in the creation has differences. But Brahma, that is the Vastu that doesn't have that doesn't have these differences, Vedatrayam. Therefore, unlike the objects of the creation, Brahma is free from differences. Therefore, Vitireka, Drishtanta, Vitireka. Here the Vriksha Drishtanta is Vitireka Drishtanta. Therefore, Sat is, that's why when we say Sat is pure existence, it is pure existence. Therefore, three Vedas are not there. Therefore, it is what exists is Sat. What is Sat. What is Sat. There is nothing other than Sat Brahma. So we cannot say there are many things exist, and one of the thing is Sat. What is Sat. So everything is Sat. Everything, the word which brings in the notion of manyness. The manyness are resolved in Sat. You have this everything is Sat. It means that this statement itself is contradicting. Everything and Sat. Everything is swallowed in Sat. Therefore, there is no everything. There is only one Sat alone. One also we cannot say. Only when the other thing, second thing is that when we can say one. That is why we say Advaitam, not, we don't say Ekam also. Advaitam. The Dvaitam which accounts for the differences in our Anubhava is negated with regard to Brahma. That's why Advaitam. It's only negation. It's only negation. Jnanam also. Jnanam is not something new what you gain. It is only Ajnana Nivritti is Jnana. It's only negation of Ajnana. Not any new Jnanam is gained. Shastram also not a pramanam for giving new Jnanam. It is only Ajnana Nivritti. Ajnana Nivritti is the job of the Shastram. Shastram does only Ajnana Nivritti, doesn't produce new Jnana. Veda Purva produces. The whole Veda is being a Pramanam. Veda Purva produces new Jnanam. The Jnanam that has to be the knowledge of the ritual, the karma, which has to be done to get the particular result. But what about Vedanta? Vedanta doesn't produce any new Jnanam because moksha is Siddha Vishayatvat. Therefore, it is Siddha already. Siddha Vishayatvat doesn't produce new Jnana. Therefore, Ajnana Nivritti eva. Therefore, Sat is what is there is only Sat, and it is self-evident. It is Swata Siddhaha, Siddha Vishayatvat. It is Swata Siddhaha, therefore only Ajnana Nivritti. Our Anubhava, our experiences based the conclusions that what we seem to project, what we project on Brahma, that are removed by these words. Therefore, what these words convey is not something new. The words remove the notion what we have with regard to Brahma. Ekam eva advitiyam. The differences are removed. The differences are not there. Therefore, there is nothing removal. The removal is only from our thinking. The notional differences. Notional differences, what we have, it's alone removed by the Shastram. Ekameva advitiyam. Because the Shastram has commitment to present the truth of Brahma. So therefore, it presents the truth. And Brahma, which is ever free, doesn't have any differences. And we think the Brahma has differences based on our experience-based conclusions. All our conclusions are based on our Anubhava in the Jagat. The same thing we project to Brahma also. That is what the Shastra does here by negating that. Therefore, the differences are known. These differences are known with regard to the objects of the Jagat, and that doesn't exist in Brahma. Therefore, Shuddha Brahma, Parat Parara. Therefore, Shuddha Shuddha Sat. Sat, which is pure existence alone. That is why we use the word pure existence. Pure, what is pure, what is contaminated? Sat is always pure. It means pure means it only, nothing other than that exists. That is the meaning of the word pure also. Pure means not it is Shuddha. Shuddha in the sense it has got Mala, now Mala is removed and become, it is always pure alone. That alone exists. That Evakara, that is the meaning of pure existence, only pure. So, Tika, Evam, Anatmani Vedatrayam Padrashya, having presented the Vedatrayam in Anatma, with regard to Anatma. This Vedatrayam, in Anatma it is there, having presented that. Sadvastuni api prasaktam tat Vedatrayam, Shutihi Padatrayera Nivarayati iti aha. The Vedatrayam, which is there in Anatma, with regard to Anatma, this Vedatrayam which we perceive, and having presented that, and that Vedatrayam with regard to Sadvastu is removed by the three words of the Shruti, Ekaveva Dvitiya. Therefore, Tatha iti. Vastutva Samanyat, Vastutva Samanyat, Anatmani iva. Vastutaha Samanyat, Anatmani iva. Sad Swarupa Vastuni api Prasaktam Swagatadi Vedatrayam Aikyavadarana Dvaita Pratisheda Abhidayakaihi Ekameva Dvitiyam Iti Tribihi Padehi Kramena Nivaryate Ityartaha. Vastutva Samanyat Anatmani iva, as in the Anatma, as with regard to Anatma, Sadvastuni, Sadrupatma Vastuni, Vastu, the Brahma, Sat, which is that is Sadvastu, Sadrupatma Vastu is Sadvastu. The Vastu, which is in the form of Sat, with regard to that, the Prasaktam, the Praptam, the Sakata, the Vedatrayam, Aikya Avadana Dvaita Pratisheda Abhidayakaihi, that is which is indicated. Aikya Avadharana Dvaita Pratisheda. These are the meaning of the words, three words of the Shruti. So Abhidayakaihi, these are indicated, these are meaning of the words. Therefore, the words indicating the meaning of the Shruti Vakyam is Ekam Eva Advitiyam. Iti Trivihi Padaihi Kramena Nivaryate. Kramat Nivaryate, Kramena Nivaryate. Duri Karoti, Duri Kriyate. Ityartaha. That is the meaning. Then, the next shloka. Therefore, the three differences are not there. And then the author uses the word Aikyam Avadharana Dvaita Pratisheda. Now, the next shloka, the 22nd, the author says the Vedas, that is the Eka, the words, the words in the Ekam Eva Advitiyam, of it negates the differences that he said in the following shloka, 22nd shloka. Let us read that. Sato na vayava shankyaha
ततो नावयवाशङ्क्याः
tadam shasya nirupanat
तदं
शस्यानिरूपणात्
nama rupe tasyamshau
नामरूपेण
नामरूपेण
तस्यांशो
tayoradhyapyanudbhavat.
तयोरद्याप्यनुभात्
तयोरद्याप्यनुद्भवात्
Eka shabda in the Shruti negates Swagata Beda. Swasmin Katani Bedani. Swagata Beda. If the Vastu has Avayava, Swagata Beda would be there. So Avayavatvam is necessary for Swagata Beda. If tree doesn't have Patram, Pushpam, Palam, these intrinsic differences, then it cannot have Swagata Beda. Then we cannot say tree has got Swagata Beda. Tree cannot be said to enjoy the internal differences, Swagata Veda. Therefore, for Swagata Veda, the condition is it should have parts. Savayavatvam is necessary for Swagata Veda. Yatra yatra Savayavatvam, tatra tatra Swagata Vedatvam. That is why we say put together, assemblage. Anything which has parts, anything which is put together, must enjoy Swagata Veda. Therefore, that which has Swagata Veda must have parts. What about Avayava? What about the Sat? Sat doesn't have Avayava. Sat is free from parts. It is Niravayava Sat. Na Avayavaha Sataha. Sat is free from parts. Therefore, Sat Vastu Swagata Veda Sagitaha va Ragitaha va. Swagata Veda Ragitaha Sat. Niravayavatvat. Akashavat, we can say. Closest example, Akasha. That is why Akasha. In fact, Akasha is the first Tanmatra born from Maya Sagita Brahma. So for Akashavat, the closest example. Akasha doesn't have parts. But still, Akasha is a product. It is Idam Shabdavachyam, Akasha also. Jagat only. Sat, therefore, Swagata Veda Ragitaha Sat Niravayavatvat. Akasha doesn't have Swagata Veda. But see, Akasha, closest example, Akasha doesn't have Swagata Veda. It doesn't have Avayava. Therefore, Swagata Veda not there. How do you say Akasha doesn't have Swagata Veda? Because it doesn't have parts. Akasha doesn't have parts. No. But Swagata Veda not there. But there are Vijatiya Veda. Akasha is there. Water is there. Prithvi is there. Jalam is there. Agni is there. Vijatiya Veda is there. Therefore, Akasha cannot be the meaning of Ekameva Dvitiya. Though Akasha doesn't have Avayava, therefore Swagata Veda, but it cannot be Sat because it has other differences brought about by the other entirely different members. Prithvi, Jalam, Apaha, Agni. Therefore, Akasha doesn't have Swagata Veda. Fine. Therefore, like Akasha. Therefore, Akasha, we take to present Swagat, the Sadvastu also like Akasha. Veda, Swagata Veda, Ragitaha, Neravayavatvat. Neravayavatvat. Okay, Akashavat. So, if Avayavatvam is not there, Swagata Veda not there. That is why Yatra Yatra Savayavatvam Tatra Tatra Swagata Vedatvam. Now, Akasha doesn't have Swagata Veda. Nirvayavatvat. Then how can we say Sadvastu is Nirvayavatvam? Akasha doesn't have, okay. Akasha doesn't have, that is our perception, that is our Anubhava. But how can you say Sadvastu is without parts? How can it be proved that Sadvastu, see, if it is asked, how can we say Sadvastu is, as Sadvastu has got Niravayavatvam, we can ask counter question. How can we say that Sadvastu as Avayavatvam? You prove the Avayavatvam of Sat. Then we will prove the Niravayavatvam of Sat. See, to prove that Sadvastu has got Avayavatvam, it must be available for Pratyaksha. It should be Pramana Gochara. Sadvastu, is it available for the Pramanam, Lokika Pramanam? No, it is not possible, not available for Pratyakshadi Pramanam. So, therefore, it is not available for Pramanam. Therefore, you cannot, it's not available for Pramanam. So, since it is not available for Pramanam, how are you going to prove that it has got Avayava? To say Sadvastu has got parts, you have to prove it. It's not available for Pramanam. Therefore, you cannot say it has, you cannot say it has, it has no, it has, you cannot say it has parts. Therefore, Anirupatvat, Anirupanat, Sadvastu, Amshasya, Sataha, Avayavaha, Na Shankyaha. Here the author says, Shankyaha Tad Amshasya Nirupanat. Satavaha, Avayavaha, Na Shankyaha. One should not doubt with regard to the Avayava with regard to Sat having Avayava. Why? If Sat has Avayava, it should be available for Pramana. If the Purva Pakshi argues Sat has Avayava, then we will ask to prove it. We say Niravayava. We can say because it is not Pramana Gochara. Therefore, we can say. You say it has parts, then you prove it. If it has parts, it must be available for Pramana. If it is available for Pramana, you tell me what Pramana. He said it is not available. Therefore, Sataha Avayavaha Na Shankyaha. Sataha Na Avayavaha is at Na Avayavaha. Avayavaha Na Shankyaha. Tatamshasya Anirupanat. Nirupanam is not possible. You cannot prove. See, Shanka is there. Eka Shanka Jayeta Atra. Like a Vriksha, Sadvastuni api Swakata Vedaha, why not be there? As in the case of Vriksha, Swakata Veda is there. Similarly, in Sadvastu, there could be Swakata Veda. Why not? If it is asked, then we say, if it is at Avayava, you prove it. Therefore, the Sataha Avayavaha Santi Chet, please tell what are the Avayavas? Please tell what are the Avayavas? What are the parts? Avayavaha ke iti vaktum shakyate va. Na. Therefore, na shankyaha. Because tadamshasya anirupanat. Because you cannot nirupana, you cannot prove it. You cannot prove the amsha, the parts of the sadvastu. Tadamshasya anirupanat. Therefore, avayavaha na shankyaha. What about Jagat? What about Jagat? It is Nama Rupa. Jagat. Nama Rupe na tasya amshau tayoho api tayoho adyapi anudbhavat. The sadvastu, you can say the sadvastu has got avayava. How you say the Nama Rupa of the Jagat is the sadvastu consists of all this Nama Rupa. Its Nama Rupa is mithya. The Nama Rupa Jagat is mithya. Nama Rupa doesn't exist independently. It doesn't exist independently. It doesn't exist apart from the Sat. So, like the pot. Does the pot exist apart from clay? No. Pot is mithya. Clay is satyam. Therefore, similarly, all the Nama Rupa which all the Nama Rupa are the Mithya Avayava of the Sat. Therefore, you cannot say the Nama Rupa of the Jagat is the Avayava of the Sat. They are Mithya Avayava. Mithya Avayava is no problem. You can say yes, Sat has got parts. What parts? Mithya Avayava. The Nama Rupatmaka Mithya Avayava. There we don't have problem. Because Mithya doesn't exist apart from Sat. Mithya is Sat. But Sat is not Mithya. Therefore, in spite of parts, the Sadvatu remains untouched. Therefore, Nama Rupe na tasya amsha. They are not part of the Sadvastu. Why we don't consider the Namarupa of the Jagat as part of the Sat? Because Namarupa is Mithya. Therefore, not part of the Sat. It is only the Namarupa has got only, it has got imaginary sambandha, not a real sambandha. What is the sambandha between the clay and the pot? It's only a kalpita sambandha. What exists as pot is nothing but clay. Similarly, this Jagat is nothing but Sat. And to say this Namarupa of the Jagat is a part of the Avayava, yes, we don't have any problem in accepting that because Namarupa is Mithya. The Samandha, what you establish between the Sat Brahma and this Namarupa, Jagat is only Mithya Samandha. It is Kalpita Samandha, Mithya Samandha, and this Jagat is Mithya Avayava of the Sat. We don't have problem. We can, in fact, accommodate any number of Mithya to Sat. That doesn't bring any change in the Swarupa of the Sat. That doesn't bring any Veda in the Sat. So, therefore, we can afford to have any number of Mithya Avayava. Mithya Avayava, no problem. If the Avayavas are Satya, then it's a problem. Within the empirical reality, there are objects which have got Avayava. There only the problem comes. Within the empirical reality, there are parts. But according to Paramarthika, what is only Sat, then what about this Avayava? They are Mithya. With regard to Paramarthika, these are Mithya Avayava. So the Mithya is swallowed by the Paramarthika Sat. So therefore, Swagata Veda not there in Brahma. The Swagata Veda is negated. The three words negating three Veda, how it negates, that is what is presented in the following shloka. First is the Swagata Veda is negated. Swagata Veda doesn't exist in Satvastu Brahma. Even though Jagat has parts, but it doesn't become the part of the Sat Vastu. Therefore, Namarupe na tasya amsho, kasya amsho, sataha amsho, na bhavati. Namarupa, this Namarupa amsho, Namarupo amsho, na tasya sataha, avayavaha, na shankyaha, anirupana. You cannot prove it because Namarupa is Mithya. So therefore, doesn't become tayoho, Namarupayoho, api anudbhavat, utpatti abhavat. Before the Jagat, what was there? Namarupa Jagat is not there before the Jagat. Then how are you going to say the Namarupa has got Avayava, this Jagat has the Avayava? You cannot say because Anudbhavat, Jagat itself has not come. Sadeva Somya, idam agre asit, agre purvam kim asit, Jagat na asit. Namarupe na astam, we saw before. Namarupa not there. When Namarupa not there, the non-existing Namarupa is the Avayava of the Sat, you cannot say. Because Anudbhavad, it has not come to existence before the creation. After the creation also you cannot say. The Namarupa, the Avayava of the Sat, because it is Mithya. So before the creation, Namarupa not there. Namarupa meaning the Jagat. Namarupatmaka Jagat not there. Anudbhavat, not being produced, not come to existence. Therefore, Sadvastu doesn't have this Namarupa as its Avayava. After the creation also you cannot say because it is Mithya. In both ways you cannot say this Jagat as the Avayava of the Satvastu. Therefore, Sataha Avayavaha na Shankyaha Tadamshasya Anirupanat. Because of the impossibility of proving, therefore you cannot say Sadvastu has got Avayava. Namarupe na tasya amsho, sataha amsho na Namarupe. Why Tayoho referring to this Namarupa yoho api, Namarupa yoho anudbhavat, utpatti abhavat. Iti. Sadvastunaha tavat न स्वगत भेदः शङ्कितुं शक्यते. टीका. We cannot doubt. Shankitum, able to doubt. We are not able to even doubt that Sadvastu has got Swagata Veda. Why? Asya Nivarayitvat Aha. Negating that. The Shanka says here, Sataha iti Namarupa Yogo Sat Avayavatvam Kim Nasyat iti Ashankya. Doubting. Why not Namarupa Yoga? Now, why can't this Namarupa be the Avayava of the Sat? Why can't the Sat have the Namarupa as Avayava? Sataha Avayavatvam Kim Nasyat. The status of being, the status of having, the status of being endowed with the Avayava. Why not there for Sat, the Namarupa or the Avayava? Iti, if doubt arises, Ashankya, doubting, Srishtehe Pura, before the Srishti, Tayogo Abhavat, before the Srishti, Namarupa is not there, Jagat is not there, Abhavat, Na Sadamshatvam iti aha. Therefore, that cannot be the Amsha, the parts, Amsha meaning parts, that cannot be the parts of the Sat. Pura Srishtehe Prat, Namarupena Astam, Ataha Tayogo Abhavat. That is why Anudbhavat means Utpatti Abhavat. Anudbhavat Sataha Avayavatvam Na iti. Therefore, this Namarupa Jagat doesn't constitute the Avayava of the Sat. Iti. The author negates the Swakata Veda of the Sat. Similarly, he is going to negate the other Veda. I think we'll stop here. We'll continue after 10 days. Okay, please. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. So we will resume our class from the second week of September.
Okay, Guruji.
Okay.
Dhanyavadah.
Dhanyavadah.
धन्यवादः.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.